What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to FudgeMuppet. My name is Scott, and this is our top 5 unique powers in Skyrim. Now, we aren't including racial powers or dragon shouts and no vampire-related powers. We are talking unique powers acquired from quests, stones, and basically any other method of acquiring a unique power. Remember, this is powers, not abilities or effects, so it's something that can be activated. When we were narrowing down our list to our top 5 unique powers, we ended up using criteria that fell along the lines of really cool rather than simply the best, mainly because otherwise this list is nowhere near as entertaining. For example, Moroz Boon is a really useful and effective power that upon activation restores your health, magicka, and stamina to full, but that's it. It's not that fun. So the following 5 powers are a combination of both useful and really bloody cool. So strap in, seatbelt on, windows up, don't know why you're in a car, but who cares? Let's do the video. First up, we have the power Summon Car Stag. This power can be acquired on the island of Solstheim in the Dragonborn DLC. Quite simply, you have to enter the Glacial Cave, kill a whole bunch of Reiklings, retrieve Car Stag's skull, head to Castle Car Stag ruins, enter, place the skull on the throne, and then the ghost of Car Stag will appear to fight you. Car Stag is one of the toughest enemies in the game. He is a powerful frost giant who is immune to frost, poison, and paralysis, has a 75% shock resistance, he can summon ice wraiths, has a permanent frost cloak, and his giant stomps can send the Dragonborn flying, as well as occasionally starting a blizzard. He is one tough, mean son of a bitch, and in fact, killing him seems to be an Elder Scrolls tradition, as in Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, particularly the Blood Moon DLC, where you also go to Solstheim, you get to kill him, while he was still mortal, which explains why he's a ghost now. But, back to the power. When you finally best the ghost of Car Stag, you are granted with an awesome power called Summon Car Stag. This power allows you to summon the ghost of this giant in all his might and power, making for a terribly powerful ally. However, there is a caveat. You may summon Car Stag for 120 seconds, however it must be done outdoors, and the power can only ever be used 3 times. Then I guess Car Stag finally rests in peace, so you will probably only want to use Car Stag for those exceptionally tough fights, or just because you like seeing an insanely powerful frost giant ghost sling bandits across the plains of Whiterun. Next on this list, we have another power from the Dragonborn DLC, Secret of Arcana. This power is acquired as one of the 3 options from the Black Book in Colbjorn Barrow. This one may take a while to get to because of the nature of the quest, having to pay the Dunmer dude money and wait over and over until it is properly excavated, but once you have done this and you defeat the Dragon Priest Azazal, you then find the Black Book, Filament and Filigree on the way out. When you enter Apocrypha, make your way through the Oblivion realm of endless pages and then claim the power Secret of Arcana at the end. Now, here is what the power actually does. Spells cost no magicka for 30 seconds. Any spell you cast within those 30 seconds costs nothing. Besides this being a potential lifesaver at times, it also allows you to slam some of those really cool uber costly spells all the time. You can heal yourself for free, paralyze 3 targets, and then use Lightning Storm to become an unlimited source of electrical energy beaming forth at your enemies. This power enables you 30 seconds of awesome spellcasting power where you can use combos of spells that would usually cost unfathomable amounts of magicka. Now, you could say that with enchanting you can completely negate the cost of spells with enchanting, which is true, but if you aren't using any glitches, using a headpiece, chest piece, necklace, and ring, even with the twin enchantment perk, you will only be able to completely negate the cost of 2 schools of magic. So if you are a pure mage with all schools of magic, this is incredibly useful. Perhaps your restoration and destruction costs are completely mitigated by your enchantments. You can still use the Secret of Arcana to unleash unlimited paralyzers on your 10 enemies, and then summon Daedra Lords to charge in and chop them up, while pacifying all other hostile enemies. All for 0 magicka. And obviously, if you aren't using any enchanting, then the usefulness of this power is sky high. So everyone can agree werewolves are cool, yeah? Well, when you step that up a notch and swap out a wolf for a bear, you get the werebear. Like a werewolf, just bigger, scarier, and I guess cuddlier too. Werebears were a cool introduction in the Dragonborn DLC. You could find a few of them in the snow-clad ruins on Solstheim, and also a few random encounters. These fearsome beasts of Hircine are really cool, but unfortunately in vanilla Skyrim, you can't actually become one. However, the next best thing in my opinion is to be able to summon a werebear buddy to maul your enemies and have them run in fear from the bulky beast. During the quest Cleansing the Stones, you will use the Bend Will Shout on the Beast Stone located near Mirak's Temple, and this releases Mirak's grasp on it, and as the quest says, you cleanse the stone. Now, when you activate the stone, you are granted the awesome power Conjure Werebear. This power allows you to summon a werebear wherever you are pointing for 60 seconds. However, after you use this, the power disappears from your powers list, and you must reacquire the power at the Beast Stone. Now, whenever you enter battle, you will have a werebear buddy to shred your enemies to bits, and it's cool that it looks like an actual werebear and not some ethereal version like a Conjure Familiar or anything. And like werewolves, werebears are very strong and capable of using a lunge attack to send enemies flying. Overall, it's an awesomely fun power that deserves a good spot on this list. Next up, we have the power for any necromancer-themed character. If you are playing some demonic summoner of the diseased dead, then you absolutely have to use the Ritual Stone. It is by far the flashiest and coolest power available. It is granted by activating the Ritual Standing Stone located between Whiterun and Valtheim Towers, so you can even get it pretty early on, allowing you to get into the necromancer vibe straight away. So what does the Ritual Stone power do? The Ritual Stone power raises all nearby undead for 60 seconds to fight for you, which is just awesome. In the right environment and situation, you can be reanimating 3, 5, 10, 20 bodies around you, creating an army of undead to slaughter foes at your behest. Now, this is obviously very powerful, and it can only be used once every 24 in-game hours, but the other neat thing about this power is that it is actually affected by a few of the conjuration perks, which makes it even better for a necromancer character. The necromancy perk increases the duration of the reanimated undead, and Dark Souls gives reanimated undead 100 more points of health. Also, from the restoration tree, the notorious Necromage perk increases the potency of the power by 25%, meaning that even higher level corpses can be raised by this power. You absolutely have to try out this power if you are a necromancy lover. Finally, we have to talk about one of the most useful and awesome powers for any stealth character in the game, the Shadow Cloak of Nocturnal. At the end of the Thieves Guild storyline, after returning the skeleton key to Nocturnal in the Twilight Sepulchre and restoring good fortune through her favor, you are given an option of unique Nightingale powers, and one of these is the Shadow Cloak of Nocturnal, which you receive by stepping on the platform with a crescent moon. The Shadow Cloak of Nocturnal for 120 seconds grants the user invisibility while sneaking. Now you may be thinking, what's the big deal? Well, just like the invisibility spell or potion, if you perform an action or you attack, the invisibility will break. But this power, for the duration of 120 seconds, you can re-enter the invisible state by re-entering sneak mode. When you combine this with top level sneak and the Shadow Warrior perk, you will have some insane results. Say you activate the Shadow Cloak, begin sneaking, you fire your crossbow and get a massive stealth multiplier against a tough boss, but it doesn't quite kill them. Then you stand up, they see you, but then you re-engage stealth mode, which means Shadow Warrior makes you temporarily invisible, the targets lose sight of you, but because of the Shadow Cloak, you actually stay invisible until another action is performed, and therefore you get to run off stealthily into the shadows, reposition and finish off the enemy easily with another stealth attack. This power is also perfect for the classic thief, abusing the ability to run through houses and castles, stealing all the possessions they like while being able to regain their invisible state with a simple click of a button. Assassin, thief, Nightblade, if you use stealth at all, this power is incredibly useful and really awesome to use, as you really feel like a master of the shadows with Nocturnal's protection. It's especially useful if you don't have access to illusion magic or alchemy for invisibility potions. It will drastically increase the effectiveness of your stealthy activities. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. They were our top 5 unique powers that you can acquire in Skyrim. As a little refresher, they were Summon Car Stag, a big frosty giant to fight by your side, Secret of Arcana for unlimited spells for 30 seconds, costing 0 magicka, Conjure Werebear for that furry buddy to turn your enemies into piles of gore, the Ritual Stone to turn those piles of gore into an army of undead that fights for you, and finally, the Shadow Cloak of Nocturnal to turn you into the master of stealth and shadows as you remain invisible while sneaking. So let me know what you think of our choices, list your favorites down below, and remember, we rated these not solely on effectiveness, but on pizzazz and X Factor. Essentially, they have to be cool. Like the video if you think we did a good job, hop onto Twitter and get into contact with us, and follow us on all our social media to engage with us and see what is happening in the FudgeMuppet sphere. We also stream weekly, which will be starting again very soon. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Your support means the world to us. My name is Scott from FudgeMuppet, and I will be back to nerd out with you again soon.